In this lesson, we're going to work on our first motif together. For me, it is the freshly made pasta. I'd like to do a style exploration. It's almost like an audition. So if you put yourselves in the shoes of musicians and actors, they do auditions all the time, right? You just try it out and see if it works. So that's the gist of it. My preferred way is to draw one subject 100 times. So I can select which one I like and which one to move forward to. I know it's a big number. It's probably an overkill, but I feel like the valuable lessons that I learned from the style exploration is very precious. Even the 98 failures, 98 motifs that I did not go forward with, I still learned something. For the remainder of the lesson, I'd like to walk you through my real process of exploration that I had. So usually if I'm able, I like to have the real thing. Since it's pasta and it's pretty accessible to me, I was able to get a few so I can play with my fingers and look at it at different angles. But if you have chosen something that you are not able to get for whatever reason, this is a good time to look it up on Pexels so you can have high quality images that you can study. Try to find pictures from different angle, different lighting, and different texture so you can study it and have a basic imagination and basic image built in your head. Once I spent a few minutes just studying the shape of our subject, I'm ready to move on to playing. At this stage, you want to pull out whatever art supplies that you want to work with. For me, I'm gonna play with some nibs, some brush pen, some markers, and don't stress out on following along with the exact supply. Just use what you have and see what kind of result that you can produce. As I'm exploring with different art supplies, you will see that I don't just use yellows, which is the color of the pasta. I actually use a lot of dark colors, whether it's in sepia or in black. This is intentional because eventually I know I'm gonna bring these motifs, these scanned images into a digital program. And when I use black color on white-ish paper, it produces the highest contrast. It helps Photoshop, Procreate, or Illustrator, or whatever programs that you choose to pick up the information, the visual information. So even if your final artwork is going to be in lighter color or in a different shade or hue, it's still a good idea to use darker color to draw it if you know that you're going to digitize it, so that you give yourself a high contrast image to work with. But for the sake of playing, I still would like to use some original colors so that I can get my muscles warmed up. If you remember earlier in this course, we talked about different ways of swatching. One of the ways is color-based swatching. So over here, I am building a group of swatches that has roughly in the same zone of yellow, but they're with different mediums. So over here, I have markers, different colored pencils, and gouache and crayons. This is not a guarantee to say this will make it to the final, but it helps me to visually get in the zone of drawing. This is very similar to like a quick warm-up before you start a long run. If you want to be meticulous and know exactly what art supplies you have used, you can make your notes here, but you can also go freestyle as well. It's really up to you. In this case, I started with the brush pen, which I relatively feel comfortable with. The pen was really full with ink, so I didn't feel like it produced too much texture I was looking for. So I switched over to a yellow marker. I do like how different strokes produce different kind of imprint that gives me the impression of the like a different layer of the spiral of the pasta shape, but the contrast wasn't great. So I added some more lines with liner to kind of redefine it. I do eventually write down how many motifs I have been working on at the corner of the page so that I can keep track of the numbers. And on my third try, I started using graphite, which is relatively new to me. This graphite is water soluble. So when you add water, it kind of mobilized the pigment a bit. I like how it feels grainy and really texture rich. But the tip is also really blunt, so it didn't feel like the definition was great. But still, this is at the very beginning. Try to relax your mind, listen to a podcast. Try not to focus on, hey, am I going to use this for my final work? This is not the time to think about it. It might be counterintuitive. This is just about quantity, not really about quality. Just hit the number and then look back to see what you really like. If 100 sounds too overwhelming for you, try to do 20 and work your way up, or maybe you're really good at it. Within 20, you can already select what you want. So the point of this whole exercise is to do an audition. As long as you have enough of a lineup where you feel like you're happy with, so you can select one or two styles to move it forward with, and then eventually move it to the final stage. This is just an audition. Don't overthink about it. Give yourself the grace to practice and let yourself fall. And this is a safe space. No one has to know what you tried and didn't work out. So make space in your sketchbook for style auditions. Like I shared earlier in the signature style lesson, you need to give yourself space to explore the unknowns. So when you pick up certain art supply or certain color, you might not even know how things is gonna go, which is very obvious in this case. I picked up the sepia ink, which I really love, and this brush pen works well as well, typically. But for this motif, it just did not work. I made a big mess on this page, and that's what I learned. And when this happens, just move on to the next one, hit the number first, and then think about the reflection later. For this part of the exploration, you can use one single media for one try or mix them up. In this case, I've used 3 different media. I kind of like the result, but don't love it enough. Like I said, hit the number first, whether it's 20, 50, or 100, and you can think about and make your evaluations later. And after maybe about 30 minutes of exploring, I ended up with 20 pasta drawings on this spread, and I'm ready for the next one. I really like the sandy texture of the graphite, and I want to explore more about it because the tip is not very sharp. So I have to draw the motif with a larger scale so that it doesn't feel too chunky. I feel like there's something that I really love about this, but also my drawing still feels really tight at this point. And I felt like some definition would be really helpful. So I used the brush pen to refine certain shaded area so that I can see the layers a little more clearly. I'm not sure if I love it, but I'm glad I tried this way. I kept on going with a few more with the same media, but I feel like I'm just repeating what I have done already, and there's no improvements between each tries. To be honest, this is when I got really frustrated and I had to walk away and come back later. I'm glad I did because when I came back, I feel like the light bulb went off. And I want to show you what happened afterwards. I will let the later Esther to explain what happened on the pages. And if you're interested in drawing the exact motif in the exact way, you can follow the next lesson where I will give you more detailed instruction of step-by-step creative process. But for now, let's look at the rest of the 100 lineups. And on this page, I think it's really pivotal because I was so frustrated with not being able to build the structure of it. I went back to the very basic of basics. I started drawing with pencil, just pencil. I drew the staircase structure of the spirally pasta. And I feel like, ooh, that helps me understand the bare bone of the structure. And I feel like that has really changed how I approach pasta drawing afterwards. And here's another version of the shaded version of this pencil drawing. And I tried with a soft brush pen with the sepia ink. And I tried again with graphite. And I also did a few different pasta shape because the temptation when you encounter something hard, you want to pivot and do something else. So I do that too. I can't say I don't love this version. I do love it. And then over here, I went back to the staircase pasta again with a soft brush pen. And at the end of the page, I made it to 79. And this is truly where I have decided this is it. You can see this is like a brush pen drawing on the page, but underneath it, I was able to use I do have it here. I was able to use a very light marker to sketch out the structure of the pasta. And then on top of that, I use a brush pen. So this is when I really feel like warmed up and I started to actually play without being super conscious about what the mark looks like. So that's like a really ideal state. So up until here, I've reached 100. So I love the number 100. It looks lovely, but I think these two are my favorite at the end.